Okay, so hello. So have you been battling with ulcer? Like you've been battling with serious ulcer, and for the fact that you've tried everything, you've bought every product, you've gone to the hospital, they told you it's H.Pylori, they told you it's GED, you've done scan, and you've tried so many things, and it didn't work. Nothing cured it. The symptoms are still there. You're still feeling the pain, still breathing heavily. You're still having the pain on your back and all of that. So in this video, I'll be teaching you the root cause of ulcer, the reason it has refused to cure, and how you can actually cure it at home without spending so much money. So this is not just your regular kind of video you see online. This is an in-depth understanding of the whole issue and how you can treat it once and for all. So let's get started. Guys. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so my name is Peter. Okay, so I've been in this herb business for as long as I can remember, and it's something that is passed down from generations. So we've been dealing with herbs and roots. That's about me. Okay, so let's talk about ulcer. So what is ulcer in general? So we understand that is the pain that you experience on your stomach, on your tummy, on your lower abdomen, the discomfort, all of it down there. But what is the root cause of this discomfort there? Okay, so let me explain to you. So in your stomach wall, your small intestine, your body produces an acid, stomach acid, that helps digest the food you eat, that help integrate your food and digest it. So what happens is this: when this acid is produced in excess, it becomes harmful to your body. So how does it actually become harmful to your body, and how is it produced in excess? So let's take, for instance, it's more like every single thing in this life that is done in excess becomes a problem. When you eat and you overeat, you become overweight and it becomes a problem. So even when you when you drink and you overdrink, it becomes excess, it becomes a problem. So, but there is this confliction, there is this similarity between H. pylori and GERD. When someone is diagnosed, they don't understand how to separate them and the rest of it. So now let's talk about it and how to separate them, the difference between both. Okay, so before then, we're going to be talking about what are the root causes of this excessive secretion of that stomach acid. So from every research, it has proven to be stress, acidic food, spicy food, or these anti-inflammatory drugs like aspirin, ibuprofen. Those drugs you take when you're having pain issue and you go to the pharmacy and you get them, they influence it. Too much spicy food increases the chances of your stomach wall producing a higher level of acid. Too much acidic food and too much stress increases those chances. Now, don't forget that your stomach wall on a normal produces an acid level that is required to digest every food you eat. But due to these things, the acid level is being produced in excess and it becomes a problem. Okay, so where does H. pylori comes in and where does the ulcer come in? So this is how it works. So before then, let's see the similarities and the difference between these two. So H. pylori on the other hand and GERD on the other hand. Now these two are related because it's all about the excessive acid. They are diagnosed differently, so where it is found determines the name is given. H. pylori is diagnosed and found on the stomach wall, the small intestine, while GERD is found on the esophagus, your food pipe, your windpipe. That's why the symptom of GED is mostly chest-burn, while the symptom of H. pylori is mostly lower abdomen pain, the biting, the pain there. So those are the two differences, but it's all caused by one issue, which is excessive stomach acid that is produced. Okay, so now let's talk about H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori. So Helicobacter pylori is this. So it's normally is a bacteria that stays in your stomach, in your small intestine. Now it has its function. It's not just there. Normally it's supposed to be there. It has its function, and its function is to manage and maintain. So if you watch here, it says it produces a bacteria. The bacteria makes an enzyme called this. This enzyme makes your stomach acid less acidic, meaning it helps put everything in order. It helps put the production of acid, stomach acid, in order so that it doesn't be excessive. It doesn't become excessive. It doesn't get too much. But on the other hand, when stress, acidic food, too much acidic food, spicy food, keep producing excessive acid, that this bacteria, this H. pylori bacteria, could no longer do its work. It becomes aggravated. It becomes, the environment becomes unconducive for it to function. Then it starts biting, it starts fighting, and it starts destroying the stomach wall, because now the environment has become more acidic and causing more problem to it. So that's it. That's when it starts damaging the tissues of your stomach, the small intestine, and the redness and the sore, the inflammation, everything that happens on your tummy. That's why you have that constant pain. So I wanted to play a video to show us something. Now, this is about this video. I want to show you something. Now, let me make more illustration. So this is this video. I wanted to show us something. So this is this video. I wanted to play the video to make an illustration. So this is a video of a movie to explain how this thing actually works. Of a movie, Fast and Furious. I don't know, most of you have watched it, this season 2, part 2 of it. Now, this is how this thing works. Now, they are trying to torture this man to get out information from him. Now, look at what he did. Now, he took out this rat and placed it on the man's tummy. Now, he placed it on the man's tummy and used a metal bucket to cover it. Now, this is almost the same scenario the H. pylori does now. The metal bucket covering the rat is the stomach wall environment. Now, normally that rat is supposed to stay there comfortably without reacting. But watch what he's doing. He's using a fire torch to heat up the metal container. So as he's heating up this metal container now, this metal bucket now, the whole environment is being heated up and the rat is being threatened. The environment is heated up and the rat is being threatened. So the environment is on the rat, and the rat is now looking for ways, it's being aggravated, looking for ways to get out. Then the rat will start digging the man's tummy. Try fighting back, fighting for a way out, and the rest. You see, he's hitting it up. See what the rat is doing. The whole environment becomes unconducive, and the rat starts fighting back. Now it keeps hitting it, and the so it's more like you keep consuming acidic food, spicy food, stress, ibuprofen, and the rest. Then your stomach environment, your stomach intestinal environment become more acidic. That H. pylori enzyme that is supposed to control the level of acidity becomes aggravated and start fighting and start causing harm. Now you see, after everything, the rat was removed, the bucket was removed, and you notice that he has bruises, sores, and everything, every injury that was inflicted on him. So this is the same function with, this is how this whole thing works. This is how it works. So, but you'll be asking, how did you get the H. pylori in the first place? So from research, this is what we know so far. From research, this is how it comes about. From research, so it said that you got it from the food, from environment, from everything. So I think it's more like the same way you get worm and you deworm every 3 months. The same way you contact malaria and typhoid and you treat it maybe every 6 months or once a year. So it's more like dissenting. So you say you get H. pylori from food, water, or utensils. The most common in countries and communities that lack clean water, good sewage system. You can also pick it from bacteria from contact with the saliva or other fluid of infected person. So that's it. This is how you get it. So it's something you cannot actually control. And another thing is that you cannot actually keeping track of the foods you eat, how much acidic level it has, and the rest of it. So naturally or normally or on a regular lifestyle, H. pylori gets into your stomach wall. But from research, it's also said that it's harmless. Like 75% of the total world population has it living in them, and it's harmless until it's aggravated, until the environment becomes no longer conducive. That's when it becomes harmful and starts fighting or biting the stomach wall. So that's it for H. pylori. Now let's talk about GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. Now, what is the main cause of this? If you see here, it says it is caused by gastric acid flowing from your stomach back up into your food pipe, your esophagus. Heartburn is the most common one. Now, here is your food and stomach acid level. This is the whole stomach itself. So, this acid, the fight and the every single thing that is happening here, the H. pylori fighting the stomach being too acidic, causes the evaporation of that gas. That is why it's called reflux, moving back to your esophagus and causing you the chest pain and the rest of it, moving back to your esophagus, So most people that have this, they experience regurgitation, serious chest pain, and heavy breathing and the rest. So this is, you see why both of them are related. So it's more like someone that has GERD, and when diagnosed, should also be diagnosed of H. pylori, because H. pylori is more like the root cause of GERD. So, but someone can have H. pylori and don't have GERD. Why someone can have GERD and likely to also have H. pylori? Because it's more like it's the root cause. So I don't know if you are understanding. So these things they won't tell you in the hospital, they won't explain to you. They'll just tell you, they will carry out the test and tell you that this is what you have and this is what you have, and they prescribe medication for you. But now you understand the whole scenario, the whole picture, every single thing. So that is it. Now let's move on. So what do you have here? So how do you cure this ulcer permanently? Now when I say ulcer, I am talking about H. pylori and GERD combined together. So because, as I've said, both are related strongly. So now it's only in 2 steps. You can do this in 2 steps. Reduce acid secretion level of your stomach, your body system. Now, if you did biology in school, you understand there is always pH level, being more acidic and being more alkaline. So anytime it's more acidic, it's bound to cause problem. So that's 1. Then 2 is eradicate the aggravated H. pylori bacteria from your stomach intestinal wall. So you know already, you have to, since excessive acid makes the H. pylori to fight and cause harm and inflict harm on your body. So there are 2 things you should do. Reduce the acid level so that the H. pylori can feel comfortable again, and as well remove the H. pylori that is there. Remove it. So you start by canalizing your body and eradicate the H. pylori entirely from your body. But you would want to ask, is this really possible? Okay, so let's proceed. We'll find out. But before then, we want to talk about why your ulcer refuses to cure, and so many things you've used in the past also refuses to treat it. Now, this is the reason. Most of the products you use, or most of the treatment you use, especially the ones you buy online, aren't really targeting the real issue. Sometimes they don't even understand the real issue. So they just give you something to calm the situation or calm the sores. So, and once that sore is calm, then you don't feel the pain any longer in 2 days or in 3 days. Now you go about continuing your lifestyle and the rest of it. But the issue there is that they didn't reduce the acidity of your body, which is the main issue number one. They didn't eradicate the H. pylori bacteria, which is the main issue number two. So when they calm down the symptom and you just move on and reactivate it again by continuing your lifestyle and whatever thing you do, now the pain and the sore starts again. Now don't forget that just taking the rat picture, the rat scene, pain, sores and injuries, damages were caused on the stomach wall, the mucous walls of the stomach. Now when the acid level comes down, and it's as if the pain is gone, but the sore is not healed, so the stomach damage is not healed and recovered. Now fatty food, spicy food, caffeine, alcohol, acidic food, drugs and the rest reactivate it, and it all starts all over again. So in this way, it seems you are not treated. You've tried so many things, it doesn't work. You are not treated, it's not cured. After a month, after a few days, it starts again. So the whole cycle repeats itself over and over and over again, and which could be very frustrating. So these are the main reasons. So let's move on. Okay, so can H. pylori be eradicated totally to become free for life? Like, yes, it can be eradicated and you can be free for life, but there is a but there. So here is the but. Now this is what I found. This is what is true, and this is the pure research. You can also do your own research on this, but this is what is true. I included all the screenshots so that you can as well verify and don't just take my word for it. Okay, so unfortunately, he said H. pylori is extremely difficult to remove due to its unique characteristics of the bacteria. It is able to create a reservoir that protected by the biology of the stomach itself. Even if the reservoir are limited, it may allow new metan strains of H. pylori. Now this is what it means. It means that you can actually remove it, but you are likely not to remove all of it. Now this is where it is. It says, can you still have H. pylori after treatment? Although the currently most effective treatment regime cure about 90% of the infection, 10% remains Helicobacter pylori positive. Several factors contribute to the treatment, maybe you not complying or not following up your treatment and the rest of it. But what it's saying in essence is this: you can remove it. You can remove that aggravated one at that moment, inflicting you harm. You can treat it at that moment, and you can recover from the pain at that moment. But just like the way every 3 months, 6 months, you have to redeworm. So there is a likely situation that it will remain, a strain of it will remain to start growing. And don't forget, it is supposed to stay in your stomach wall, working and normalizing the acidic level of your stomach wall. So it has its function. So totally eliminating it is another problem on its own. So you are likely not to totally eliminate all of it, but you will eradicate the major ones, like 90% that is causing the harm at that point in time. So I don't know if you understand. So this is it. So it's more like you have malaria, you treat it. That doesn't mean you will never have malaria again. You have worm issue, you dewormed because our tummy is biting you. But that doesn't mean you will not have worm again in your stomach for life. They have their own function, so they has to be there. But after eliminating this one causing you harm and recovering from your pain and the stomach wall recovering, you can manage it from then henceforth. You can manage it. You can manage it and maintain the acidic level of your stomach wall, maintain the level of the H. pylori without causing any more harm to it. So that's another one. Okay, now so you've understood the whole scenario. These things will not be taught. They don't teach it. You don't. Doctors don't explain these things to you. So when you go for test, they run you the blood test, the stool test, the saliva test, and the rest of it to confirm the presence of H. pylori or GERD and the rest of it. They do this, but they won't go in detail to explain this to you. So, and they just recommend drugs for you to go and use. So, but from this video, I believe you've understood the whole issue. Now you can actually explain it to everyone, to anyone that you care to explain it to, and you understand the concept, you understand the whole problem. So how do you now do this at home? Because that's the big question. How do you eradicate this at home, and how do you maintain it and keep it from reoccurring? Because you already know that this is now what the case is. So if someone is trying to give you a solution to your ulcer, and the person doesn't actually understand this whole thing, and I understand what, and you not being able to understand what you are dealing with, this is where you have issue. This is why you spend so much money online buying things that doesn't work. Now let's go to how to cure it at home. This is what I have for you. Okay, so here I have something for you. Now I have this 14 days treatment phase on curing your ulcer permanently. Now this is what it contains. First of all, we'll start from alkalizing your body system, going on alkaline hydration water therapy. So this will include in the treatment. It will include in this treatment I'm going to embark with you guys for 14 days. So, and again, we'll be having this, you'll be taking this herb, this Abunchukwu's herb. So the purpose of this herb is to eradicate and help remove the H. pylori from your stomach wall in the first 7 days. So in the first 7 days, the purpose of this is to eradicate the H. pylori in your stomach wall. But during that 7 days, you'll be staying on alkaline hydration water therapy, which I will be sharing with every person that is joining the treatment. So what this does, it reduces the acidic level of your body, your whole body system, and also your stomach wall. Why you take this? You take the Cure Ulcer herb to eradicate the H. pylori bacteria that is already aggressive in your stomach wall. Don't forget, the environment aggravated it, and it's inflicting pains, damage to your stomach walls. So now this last one is a home juice, is a juice manual. So this juice you make at home after you are done taking this for 7 days. You are done taking the Cure herb for 7 days to eradicate the H. pylori. Now don't forget that you already have inflicted pains and wounds and sores on your stomach. So that's the purpose of this juice. You are going to take it for the next 7 days. That's a total of 14 days. So you stay on this from day 1. You stay on the alkaline hydration water therapy from day 1 to day 14. You stay on the Cure Ulcer herb for 7 days, the first 7 days, and the next 7 days you stay on the juice. So this way you have reduced the acidic level of your body system, you have removed the H. pylori bacteria, and you have healed the wound. Now here is the benefit of this treatment. It's not just about giving you a product or about trying to sell you a product. Now here is the benefit. Now you already have the alkaline hydration water therapy, which I'll be giving to you. Now you already have it, and you now know how it functions. So you can always do it at home once every month to maintain your body system so that your ulcer doesn't come back. So you see why I tell you, you can actually eradicate it, then manage it from then henceforth. And you also have the juice manual, which you know every month again, once or twice, you can take at home to maintain and soothe and recover always your stomach wall. So this way you keep the ulcer from returning, you keep the body system from being too acidic, because you cannot actually keep track of the food you eat, the things you do, your lifestyle. You cannot keep check on them every day, but at least you can do this once every month at home without having to keep buying products. So this is what I have for you. So how much is this treatment going to cost you? So this whole treatment for 14 days will be costing you 18,500 naira. This whole treatment for 14 days, total treatment, the follow-up, and every single thing will be costing you 18,500. Mind you, this is not just about selling the product. This is about giving you solution that works and making sure you have it with you. Now, if you read everything, if you go back to the beginning of this video and you go back again and you pay attention to it, you will understand that from the in-depth explanation of everything about ulcer, H. pylori, and GERD, you understand that this ulcer can be treated, but the likelihood of it reoccurring is high, because normally you are not meant to eradicate it totally. But with this treatment, the at-home juice and the alkaline water therapy, you can stay safe for life without having to spend so much money. So what I want you to do now is to join the 14 days treatment challenge, fill in the form, register and order for your package. You can call me on WhatsApp with this. You can call me on WhatsApp with this number if you have any more questions you want to ask. And one more thing, if you have other questions that you feel are not covered in this, you can as well call me and I will do my best to answer you. So that's it for now. And again, if you still think that this whole illustration, that this whole offer, that this whole thing is not going to help you cure your ulcer, and I'm sorry, I don't know what else can help you. Now, another one more thing, I'm giving you something you can take home and do on regular to maintain your body system and normalize your body and stay healthy for life. So, but if for any reason after 14 days, that's why we are creating a community and a group of people together working together and undergoing the same treatment together. So if for any reason you did not get result and we go through it and you follow through the whole training and you did not get result, due to the fact that you belong to a community and you did not get result, we will refund you your money. We will refund you. I personally will refund you your money. But if you see that 90% of everybody undergoing this training, this treatment, is having their result, and you are still not getting your result, then I will advise you to check back on your doctor, check if there is any cause to your problem, anything that is the cause of what you are experiencing that is not ulcer. And if you confirm and it's still ulcer but you did not get result, we will refund you your money. So that is a promise. So I want you to click on the button below, fill in the form, order for your package, and join me on WhatsApp as you begin your journey and your treatment of ulcer for life.